if you are watching this, throw a hashtag replay down into the comments just so we know who has watched the replay of this video. You can also, he's laughing at me already. But yes, just throw a hashtag replay down below if you're watching the replay. You're more than welcome to watch this. Just know that if you're asking us questions, we may not answer right away because this is no longer live, okay? As you're hopping on, say hi. This is a Paparazzi Q&A with the Sheltons. I'm gonna share over here really quick. Say hi as you're hopping on, and do us a favor and share this video. We are gonna do some giveaways today for those who share this video for us, okay? So as you hop on, hit the share button. I'm going to share this into our event. We have 40 people and no comments. Can somebody say hi so we can see if our comments are working? There we go. Cheyenne. Hi, Cheyenne. Yep, I'm still out outside apparently.
It's still what?
Hi, Jen. Hi, Christy. Hi, Megan. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jackie. Still loud outside. Okay, I'm Sharon. Bryce, you say hi as they hop on, please. I'm going to get this.
Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Kristen. Hello, Hope. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Gina. I'm good at this. Hello, Pretty View. Sorry I missed your live. I was stuck at work. Well, that's ridiculous. I'm stuck at work as well. Comments are getting away from me. Hello, Marion. Spread the love. Mary Dodson. Hi, Mary. Hi, Betsy. Hi, Robin. Hi, Janet Road. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, nope, Tina said shared, not hi. Sorry, Tina. Hi, Lynn.
Okay.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Sharon. Hola, Marina.
I shared it into the event and I sent out the text alert.
Hi, Connie. How long do you think we can do this? Hi, Jamie. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Tammy.
Okay, so.
Hi, Lynn.
You done? So,
hi, Lori.
yeah, I knew he was going to do that. Okay. So, if you are new and you have no idea who we are, do me a favor and throw a hashtag newbie down into the comments so we can give you a proper welcome. Bryce is outside and is distracted by all of the stuff. He's like, so, say hi as you're hopping on. This is, what is that? Is it going to eat us?
Not me though, it only eats the weak ones.
This is a paparazzi question and answering segment with Bryce and Lucretia. Okay, so most of you guys know this. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of our story, and then you guys can ask me any questions, you can ask Bryce any questions, or you can just ask questions in general, and we will see who is going to be the one to answer the question. So Jamie just asked a question. I didn't catch it. Hopefully you did on your phone. There it is.
There?
Okay, I think so.
That's Julie.
Okay. All right, so my name is Lucretia Shelton and this is Bryce Shelton. We have been married for, how long have we been married?
Quite a while.
How long?
A long time.
How long?
About 19 years.
We've been married for 19 years. When we got married, I was 16 years old and Bryce was 17. Our parents quite literally had to sign the piece of paper that said that we were allowed to get married. Okay, not joking. I could not get into an R-rated movie unless Bryce was with me because he was my chaperone, because he was 18 at the time and then I was 17. So we have quite the funny little interesting story that not a whole lot of people can, what's the word? That they can relate to. We have always, we're too funny, I know. Bryce is hilarious. Tammy, I just responded to you actually in the messenger. So we have been married for 19 years, happily married for 8, no, happily married. And yes, I know, Lynn, it's quite the story. We had twin boys when we first got married. They are now 19 years old. You can do the math on that. She says we're frozen.
It's pretty warm out here.
Hopefully we're not frozen, Jackie. To anybody else, is anybody else frozen? Hopefully not. We had twin boys when we were 16 and 17 years old, and then 4 years later Tristan came along. He is 15 now, and then there's Annabelle, who you guys know, and Annabelle is 10. They're saying they lost us, so.
Vanessa says she shares the same story. Perlis is not frozen.
Not on my end. Okay, good. So, yes. So, Bryce has been, I have always been a stay-at-home mom. I did a little bit of odd jobs in the beginning of our marriage. I worked at Walmart for, I don't know, maybe 6 years or something. And then I was a waitress and a hostess. But I mean, I would say grand total, I probably worked no more than 2 years of my entire life in total. Okay, good. I'm glad we're not frozen. Okay, good. So Bryce has always been the breadwinner of the family. He has always provided for us from day one. He has always had a full-time job, even when he was going to college there when the boys were 4. Yeah, they had to be 4 or 5. Bryce went to college. He still had a full-time job while I stayed home with the kids.
I worked at a roofing company in Lawton when we first got together. I was 17. And I filled out the application, and I filled it out accurately, 100%. There was that box that checked, like, are you a citizen? Yes. Are you 18 years of age or older? I checked no, and gave him a copy of my driver's license. And it was like commercial, like hot tar roofing, like they pour liquid tar, and there's fiberglass, and they use these chop saws. And I was black head to toe when I come home from work, like from the tar, the smoke would come off of it, and all the fiberglass, and it would turn you black, and you just itch from head to toe. So anyways, I worked there for a while. Just funny random story that just popped in my head.
That's okay. They like your random stories.
I worked there for like a few days, and it was going good, I thought. And we was on lunch break one day, and me and this guy was sitting there, you know, shooting the breeze. And he's like, "How old are you?" Because, you know, obviously I was pretty young. I was like 17, and he's like, "Really?" He was like super shocked, and I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay." And he was kind of weird about it, but I didn't think nothing of it. We went back to work. I think it was the end of that day or the next day. They were like, so yeah, you're a great worker and everything. Everything's going good, except you can't be working here because you're not 18. It's illegal because, you know, this job's really dangerous. And so they fired me and said, come back when you're 18. And I was like, okay.
So he was married. He had 2 kids, and he got fired because he was
a juvenile.
He wasn't 18 years old. And so he got fired, and he's always been a hard worker, and so he's never not had a job and provided for his family. That's for darn sure. So
I started framing houses at that point because they don't care how old you are as long as you can swing a hammer. So I did that until I was 18.
They said our story's like a Hallmark movie. So he's always been the breadwinner. He's always supported our family because that's the way that we are. We're very, very old-fashioned. We just are. And so I always stayed at home with the kids and, you know, what have you, and he always went to work, and then he went on to college and got his associates in criminal justice. About 10 and a half, not quite half, a little over 10 years ago, he graduated with his associates in criminal justice, and he was hired on up in the northern part of Oklahoma as a police officer. And so for the past 10 years, he's been a police officer. And about a little over 3 years ago, I was scrolling Facebook and came across a girl selling jewelry on Facebook. Now, I have always been a stay-at-home mom, and we started homeschooling 10 years ago. Almost 10 years ago, we started homeschooling. And so I was a homeschool mom, a stay-at-home mom, and I loved it. But as most moms know who are stay-at-home moms, eventually you get tired of staring at those 4 walls all the time. And I was just kind of looking for a little bit of a hobby, something to do. Yes, we do have siblings. He has a sister, and I have 2 brothers and a sister. So I'm going to try not to read the comments right now. I'll go back and read them here in just a second. But anyway, so let's see, I've already done it. Oh, and so I was just kind of looking for a hobby, just kind of looking for something to do that wasn't due to being a mom. It didn't have anything to do with being a wife, any of those things, right? And so I was scrolling Facebook one day, and I came across this girl selling jewelry on Facebook, and I was like, what in the world is this girl doing? I thought she was incredibly brave because I am not the type of person who ever took selfies. I never went live. Like, I don't like people staring at me. I was extremely uncomfortable with all of that, the whole idea of that. But she was having fun, and she was selling it. And I bought a couple pieces because it was $5, and I knew that I could afford that. We have 4 children, 1 income. We did live paycheck to paycheck for the most part. And so, you know, we always put money back for emergencies and stuff, but we didn't just splurge on things often. And so I thought $5, that's not a big deal. I can buy some jewelry. Well, as I started getting more interested in this, it was interesting, and I was like, man, this would be fun. I think I could do this, right? And so I came to Bryce, and I came to him one day, and I literally was like, so I'm thinking about doing something, and I don't know how you're gonna feel about this. And he literally looked at me and he was like, does it have anything to do with jewelry? Because by this point, as most of you guys, I was watching these live videos, and so he kind of already knew like there's something going on here, right? And so I told him, I was like, yeah, and I was like, you know, they have these kits, I can buy one of these kits, I can just sign up and I can just start selling the jewelry just kind of as a little hobby on the side. It's not gonna be a big deal, you know, whatever. And he was like, Krisha, whatever you wanna do, if you wanna do that, go ahead. And so I told him there was a shipping delay back then, just like there is right now. There's a little bit of a shipping delay right now. And so I told him, I was like, well, I do need to have a little bit of an inventory, I feel like, because it's important to have a selection for people. And so he gave me the money to buy the kit, and he gave me a couple $100 extra, and he was like, you know, here's your money if you want to buy some extra inventory. But
no, we didn't do that. We put it on a credit card.
Right, we put it on a credit card
Mostly
to pay
just
back.
So, yeah, just so I could track it easier, track your profit and loss or whatever.
Yes, yeah. And so, but he told me, he was like, I don't want anything to do with this. I have so much on my plate. I cannot help you with this. So this, if you are going to do this, this is going to be your project. And I started doing this, and every now and then I'd be like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be late for my life. Can you help me sort this box of jewelry? And he would go, Krisha, I don't have time for this. I have this, you know, because he's the plumber, he's the electrician,
yeah,
he's the
we
mechanic.
were raised like super poor,
yeah.
And we've been poor, you know, most of our lives. What you know, quote unquote poor, but you know, we've basically, when we first started out, obviously we're teenagers, you know, and so if my car broke down, it wasn't like, oh no, I gotta take it to the mechanic. Yeah, right. Like I would literally, I remember I would YouTube. Man, I've got a doctorate degree in YouTubeism. Anything that I needed to do, I'll YouTube it. And so if my car breaks down, I'm like, YouTube, okay, I got this year, make, model, and there's steam rolling out the hood. Why? You know, and I'd watch video after video after video, and then eventually, you know, they would instruct me on what to do. And I was literally, I didn't have the money to buy tools, because tools are expensive, especially if you buy the good ones. I would literally have to go to the parts store. I'd buy the part, I'd buy the tools, I'd use the tools to fix the car. I would clean them all up and make them look just like they came out of the package, you know, brand new again, nothing wrong with them. You know, I'm talking like wrenches, you know, you can't break them. I'd repack, put them back in a package and take them back and refund them, because I had to pay, you know, my rent. You know, I could afford the part, but not the part and the tools and all that. And eventually, you know, I'd keep some tools, and eventually I built my tool, you know, cash or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, if it's the same thing, if a pipe bursts, it's time to go to Lowe's and get some, you know, some pipes or whatever. But it's anything electrical. I converted our propane oven to electric, ran 220 all the way to the breaker from the receptacle up there. I put in a receptacle for my welder from scratch. I mean, just anything, whether it's mechanical, plumbing, electrical, anything. You know, rebuilt the whole jewelry room, you know, remodeled it and fixed it all and stuff. So it's just, you know, when she came to me and was like, you know, she starts this little hobby and it started getting bigger and taking more time, you know, I was real careful to be, you know, I didn't want to be sucked into it and having to be given another task to do, like, oh, hey, now you're in charge of sorting this jewelry, now you're in charge of this night. And I was like, man, I do not have time, you know, I got a list of things to do, you know, as long as my leg. So let's see how that worked out.
Yeah. He was very adamant, and I didn't blame him. He wasn't mean about it. He was just like, I've got enough on my plate. I've got a full-time job. The boys were teenagers, like full-blown teenagers at this point, and that was when I was like, no, that's you. You do teenage boys. I know, you know. And so, and the rest is history. So, this past January, there's a mosquito flying by my ear. Last January, Bryce actually quit his job. And now he stays at home full-time with me, which has been an adjustment.
And by last January, she means like 4 months ago.
4 months ago. He quit his job, and now he stays home with us, which I'm used to being at home all the time, staring at the four walls and all stuff, and he's not. So it has been an adjustment for him to not leave the house every day and go to work. He doesn't have to shave anymore. And so thanks to our amazing customers and the business that we have built, he now can stay home with us, and he doesn't have a choice if there's boxes to be sorted or the jewelry room is a wreck or messages or whatever. Like, this is our job, this is our income. And so he is 1000% dedicated. I just wanted, I mean, I could go on and go into detail about our story. I just wanted those of you that are just hopping on to kind of have just a quick story, because not a lot of people know that part of our life. And so I'm going to go back here and I'm going to read some of these questions and answer them. But I want you guys to be able to ask us any questions that you have. You can ask anything about, somebody asked how we met.
One thing I think is important not to leave out, I mean, you talk about how young we are and, you know, some of how we started out. I think another thing is neither of us finished high school.
Right.
We both got GEDs. When I was probably in my 20s, early 20s maybe, or late teens.
No, you had to have been like 19 when you got your GED.
Yeah, maybe 19 then.
Yes, we both are high school dropouts. So when
I went to go to college, I had to take 2 like extra history classes that you normally would have gotten in high school. I had to take 3 remedial math classes to get me up to speed for college algebra, because the only algebra or any kind of math I had in high school, I took pre-algebra 1 year in my freshman year, and my final grade at the end of the year was literally a single digit, like out of 100, because I, just didn't care. But so I had to take 3 math classes just to get, and all this history and I think 1 other class or something, just to bring me up to the same level that most people walk in the door at. I had to take like 6 semesters of stuff just to, get caught up to where everybody else was. But the other thing that just kind of struck me that I want to point out right now while I'm still thinking of it, we talked about all this jack of all trades. Somebody said on there about the YouTube, there's a lot of people in there saying they do the same thing. And now, I'm full-time in a business, and it's like I'm so busy in this business, it's taking everything we got to keep up with it, and so I don't have time to do plumbing and electrical and stuff like that. But the cool thing about it is yesterday I had 2 electricians, a plumber, a cabinet builder, and a general contractor all in my house at the same time. And these 2 electricians have spent a couple like full days in my house, and honestly, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about the bill. The cabinet maker, I'm pretty worried about his bill. I've lost some sleep over that one, wondering what that's going to be.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing to me how far we've come.
Well, the twins are like, you hired someone to fix that for you?
Yeah.
The twins, because they're 19.
They are always giving me grief about it.
Yeah.
But it's just such a different world that I can have. We were walking through with the contractor today, and one of the electricians was coming out of the attic. And I was like, oh, I forgot. I was like, while y'all are here, it just dawned on me, could you, throw a light bulb in that attic, because there's nothing up there, and it's really annoying trying to go up in the attic and it's dark. But just, I don't have to do that anymore. I still enjoy that stuff. I love working with my hands and doing that sort of stuff, and it gives you a real good sense of accomplishment. And if I can, at some point, we may be able to hire some help, and I'll have a little bit more free time, and I'd like to do some of that stuff because I still enjoy, the work. But it's the fact that I don't have to now, that with what this has done for us, I can afford to pay for an electrician to do it, and I don't have to electrocute myself anymore if I don't want to. I have literally electrocuted myself 3 times, 4 times, like I'm knocked the power out of the whole house type stuff. But yeah.
Cindy, Nicole, I wrote your question down. I definitely want to address that, so I did write your question down. So just real quick, go back real quick here. My grandpa was a pastor growing up, and he had a church, and we both knew the same people. We grew up around the same people, but we had never met personally. And I met him when I was 15, and his dimples and smile is what was like, oh, he's cute, look at that smile, right? And they're telling you to smile, which is cracking me up. But we met, and Bryce used to always tell me, he's like, I'm going to marry you, and I'm going to take you, and we're going to live in the middle of nowhere with nobody around, and we're going to live in the country. And I was like, no, you're not. Like, that's dumb. I'm not moving out to the country in the middle of nowhere, and we are not getting married. That is dumb. I was very independent and whatever. We live in the country. Very, very much in the country. But he used to always say that. And so getting married so young, we always talk about that and how it really did save us. And we look back at that, and yeah, we might be high school dropouts, but it saved us. And that was the best course for our life. And there's no way that we would ever do that any differently. He went back and got his GED when he was like 19 or 20, and then he went on to college and got his associates. I did not get my GED until I was 25 years old. I did not have a high school education, and I didn't have a GED until I was 25. Annabelle was a baby. And I did end up going back, and I did have to take a lot of classes and get my education where it needed to be. I say all this to say, you don't have to have a college degree to understand accounting and taxes and all these things. I thought that would be my biggest hiccup, is money and numbers.
Well, that's why I kind of brought it up, is that, you know, we don't have any kind of education as far as accounting, but, you know, you don't have to be a CPA, you don't have to have a business degree, and you also don't have to have like a marketing degree.
Right.
You know?
Right. I can safely say that in January, one of the big contributing factors for Bryce leaving his job was the fact that we had literally, I think I can say literally, had quadrupled? It
was more than that.
More than quadrupled his income that he was making where he was working on his own with an associate's degree. We had quadrupled that income in the jewelry business to where we felt confident that if he left, we would be okay. And she said, can't see the dimples. I know. It's time to trim it up again, so before he gets all braiding it. So I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna read some of these questions. I think I forgot her name. Cindy Nicole. She asked, hang on just a second. Boop. She asked if you have to be rich to start. And we are on the time clock as far as daylight goes. So, but she wants to know if you have to be rich and have money, like a lot of money, to start this business. I'm going to scroll up and start writing your guys' questions down, okay?
$99. That's what she started with. And we talked about that a little bit earlier, but, you know, I think we put it all on a credit card. I'm big on credit cards. We don't have credit card debt. We have had in the past. We've done the stupid thing that, you know, a lot of people do. And we've maxed them out, and took us a long time to pay them back, and we learned from that experience. But right now, I bet I have close to 10 credit cards. It's just a credit score building thing or whatever. But anyways, I gave her one of these credit cards that we just don't use, and said that is dedicated for this, so we can track everything, every dollar coming in and out, so we can easily see your profits and losses. And so, honestly, you know, technically we didn't really spend any money starting up. You know, if you know, it's $99, but we put it on a credit card. But even if you pay cash, so it's 99 bucks. The biggest problem is that, you know, you'll buy this $99 kit, you know, if you're trying to do it the cheapest way you possibly can, and you'll go live a couple of times, and, you know, you'll sell that jewelry that comes in that kit pretty quickly and easily if, you know, all goes well, and there's no reason why it shouldn't if you just, you know, hit the live button and show it. And then, so the problem comes in is, you know, you sell it and you're out of inventory, and then you got to order more. But she did that. She bought the $99 kit. It sold, you know, all of it or most of it, and then bought some more. It was, there was like, when we first started, you know, we were $99 in the hole, because, you know, we spent $99 on the kit and we've got $0 back. So we're negative $99. And then she sold some of it, bought some more, sold some of that, bought some more, and she kept going. And it was, each time she did that, we'd get a little bit further and a little bit further in the hole. I bet I could almost find that on my spreadsheets and see how far in the hole we went. And I'm wanting to say it was like $300. I think was the most it ever got.
And that made us nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I was so scared.
Yeah, it's I think I don't even know if it was it was right around $300.
So,
And
but
then
I
at that
reinvested
point,
everything.
Yeah, she reinvested 100%.
I didn't keep any profits in the beginning at all.
Yeah, and she's doing this in our bedroom on a plastic fold-out table. She used, I think your background was those plastic disposable tabletop things. What do you call them? The plastic tabletop stuff for
That's
the birthday
a
party.
tablecloth.
Tablecloth
From Dollar Tree.
Yeah, from the Dollar Tree. She hung up a disposable tablecloth from the Dollar Tree in the back. You know, used her same phone she talks on. Plastic table setup. I mean, you're talking $30 in supplies at the most. You know, and that's if you want to get fancy and buy a cheap tripod or something. You know, but we're seriously talking about a table you already have, a phone you already have, $1 at the Dollar Tree.
Tripod.
Borrowed Tristan's, our kid's tripod that he probably uses to shoot Lego videos. But you know, I mean, we hit $300 negative, and that was the end of the bell curve, and then it just went right back, and we started going. Okay, now we're 200 negative, 100 negative. Okay, we just made $100 profit, and then we made $300 profit, and then it just stacked and stacked and stacked. But she kept reinvesting it. She didn't say, "Cool, I made $100 new shoes." You know, she dumped it right back into the business, and she kept doing that, and it's grown into what it is today.
So they want to know, at what point did you realize that you couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore? You needed to jump in and take over and help with this business.
I think it was when you were doing, it was the Z run, I think. It was getting busier and busier and busier and busier, and then when you ran for the Z, she went live every single day for a month straight, and she was so vested in that it was like, for that month, that was her focus. You know, everything else got kind of pushed aside. You know,
I told him, I was like, I'm going to be a bad wife. I'm going to be a bad mom.
Yeah, I mean, she was just gone for a month, pretty much.
For 1 month.
And you know, it is what it is. It's. I was gone for a while, pretty much. When I went to college, man, I was working 12-hour days, going to class. I couldn't do the online. I had to go sit in the class, or I wouldn't do it. So I'd spend 3 hours a day there. I went during the summer. I took like 6 credit hours during the summer. But anyways, I was just 24/7 between studying, college, work. Like, I didn't do anything else. And it was just the same thing for, 4 weeks, for a month. She dedicated everything she had to that. And I think a lot of that, seeing that dedication and how important that was to her, and the results that was coming from it, and it had already been building up to that point. It was a gradual progression. Each month, each quarter, it would just get a little bigger and a little bigger. And then when she did that Z thing, it just did so much in so many ways that was the point where it was just like, okay. And then like the next month or two, there was just so much there, so much everything, so much work to be done, so much busier, so much more income coming in, that I was just like, that was when it first like caught my attention, is after that. And like at the end of the month, I'd help her with the books, and I seen what she was making in profit, and I was like, oh, okay.
And when
all
he
right.
saw it,
Everybody just hang on a second now. Let me redo this. And I redo it, relook at it, and I'm like, okay, so this is something we need to look at.
Where did all your money go, Krisha? I was just buying whatever I wanted, clothes and shoes and this and that, because, that's what that was for, That was just my hobby money.
That was last spring. So what month was that? Was that April?
Well, that's whenever you really started jumping in, was a year ago, April.
Right.
Was when you
so
started.
April 2020 is when we did that.
You built the jewelry room.
By the first or second week of August 2020, we paid the mortgage off on the property, the house, the land, everything.
He came to me in May. We actually sat out here, and he came to me in May, and he goes, I have a crazy idea.
We were sitting on that swing, I remember that.
We were sitting in the swing that he built, and he was like, I really want to pay the house off and look at our future and what we can do with our future and this thing. He goes, I know you're not going to like it, but I think that we can make it happen. And so he laid it out. He wanted to pay off our house. He wanted to be, because he wanted to be completely debt free. Like, we don't have any car payments, but we had that house payment. and he was like, I want to be able to pay off this house and look at our retirement plan as far as like him leaving his job, because his job is in today's times, it's hard. It just is. Everybody knows that. And it's mentally draining. And he probably won't, he won't talk about it, but I'll talk about it. And just from a wife's perspective of that, it's difficult. And so it was not good for so many different things. And we were looking to possibly get him to come and stay home. And so he laid it out, and we set our mind to it. And we sat down in May, and in August we paid the house off. I told him, I said, if you want to do this, I will have to go live a lot, and I'm going to have to dedicate a lot, but you're going to have to help. I can't do this on my own. I'm exhausted, and so he buckled up and joined, because when you have a team goal that you want to hit, something that you want to accomplish, you just have to do it. And so the kids, that's whenever they really started stepping in and helping as well. Somebody asked if our kids help. 100%. We pay our children income, so we pay them to help in the business, because this is a family business. This is me, Bryce, and the kids. Eventually we would like to hire people and to come in and help us, but right now with our house under renovations, it's just not realistic. But yes, it was a dream for us to have this happen, and so we were able to do that. We need to talk faster.
Yeah, there's a question about taxes on here. I've seen that. Jessica says, so you pay taxes to Paparazzi for jewelry. Do you guys just pay your income taxes based on the amount of money you make selling the jewelry? That's correct. So Paparazzi does it kind of a different way than I've seen. You actually pay your sales tax up front, and so every piece of jewelry we buy, we pay sales tax on it, and so then when the customer buys it, we recoup that sales tax. By doing that, there's some kind of legal something or other where Paparazzi does that on our behalf, so we don't have to deal with the sales tax, because that would be a huge pain. You would have to, there's like a whole thing with like if you have Nexus in the state, and it's like where the product ends up, the final user or something like that, and you would have to pay sales tax, like I think it's monthly, to every state, and it would be a nightmare. So Paparazzi does that for you as like the parent company, so to speak. And so it's super easy. We pay $2.75 for each piece of jewelry, and it's based on the sales tax where we live at. Mm-hmm. And we'll buy 10 pieces, and we pay sales tax on all 10 up front, which most companies don't do that. They don't have to pay sales tax until they sell it, so they're not just sitting there holding it. But that's a whole nother thing. But it makes it super easy, because then when you sell those pieces, you charge customers the same tax that you're paying, and you just get it right back, and you don't have to deal with all that other hassle. It's super easy. And so yeah, we just track how much we spent, how much we made, and what we spent on supplies, and everything extra is profit, and that's what we pay taxes on. We give it to the CPA, and they work their magic and do what they can to shield us from Uncle Sam's terribleness. But yeah.
Yes, and my team has access to some spreadsheets that Bryce created that really helps kind of track that for us, so that we know, like, when it comes time to pay our taxes, what we're kind of looking at. He's not a tax person, he's not a CPA, but we recommend anyone who does this to get a CPA to help them with that. But we do help our team as much as we can. Somebody asked if we have a big team. We don't. We have a fairly small team of about 220 girls. Not all of them are still doing this, but we have a really close-knit, pretty amazing team. It's called Living the Dream. So the money up front, when you want to do this, all you need is your phone, and to ship from home, you would need a laptop and printer. You don't have to ship from home. You can go to the post office and you can ship from there. You just bring your packages in, you can ship from there. It is cheaper to do it at home if you can do it. So if you have a laptop and a printer, that's great. There's phases though. Just keep that in mind. Yeah. Don't look at what we're doing, because like we've got 500 to 600 bins a week. We started in 2018. Somebody asked that. Yes, that's right. So keep in mind, you don't try to go into retail as a Walmart. Go into retail as a mom and pop shop on the corner and work your way to that.
Some people ask us all the time, like, what's your bin system? What kind of bins do you use? Well, we got these like industrial metal shelves, because I'm all about buy once, cry once. I prefer sturdy made, quality stuff. So we bought these. It's literally, we bought it from Uline, which is a company that supplies manufacturing facilities more than anything. And it's these metal shelves that I could literally climb up on the top of and they wouldn't flinch. They're that sturdy. And these plastic bins that you would store nuts and bolts in, like that's what we do. But that would be ridiculous to do that starting out, because it was expensive. But we'll never have to buy them again. And so same thing with the shipping. We have a Rolo printer, and it's awesome. It just spits out these stickers, basically. You peel the sticker off, slap it on there. But that Rolo printer's a couple $100. Don't go out and buy a Rolo printer the first day you start, because that's going to put you so far behind. It's going to take a lot longer to climb out. We didn't get a Rolo printer. Man, it was a while.
It was a long time.
She had a Cricut or one of them little paper cutter things. She would print out the things, she'd cut them off, and she'd take packing tape and manually, put them on there and stuff. Keep it, just, have a business mindset about it. Don't think you got to have this camera right here that we're talking to you on right now was an expensive camera.
It was a phone. It's a phone.
I'm sorry, phone. But we bought it because of the camera in it.
Mm-hmm.
She's never used it as a phone. She doesn't text on it. She doesn't call on it. But we got a service on it just for the internet. But, a lot of people that start this, and I'm guilty of doing the same thing when I want to start something. I want to get everything exactly right. I want to get the best thing for this, the best thing for that, get it all set up. And I think sometimes I feel like that's what I'm trying to do that for, like to set myself up for success. But sometimes, there's a phrase that I like. It's called analysis paralysis. Sometimes you can do that so far that it keeps you from actually starting, and you can use it for an excuse. Say, well, I don't have $1,000 to spend on that awesome phone. I don't have the money to buy a Rolo printer. I don't have a laptop. I don't have a printer. Excuse. You can take them to the post office. Just remember, baby steps. You don't start out at sprinting.
So I started, I had a little table, and I sat with a blank wall behind me. I didn't have anything fancy. All I had was jewelry and my phone and my son's tripod, no, I think I bought this tripod. I was about to say, I think this is still his. My phone, tripod, and a table and jewelry. And I went live. Somebody asked, how do you get over that fear? You don't. You just do it. Like, you just go live. There's no magic trick to it. I was shaking. I was a nervous wreck, and I wanted to vomit. I was terrified. You can go back and watch any of my lives from the beginning. I started on my personal page, not my business page. So you have to go to my personal page. You can go back and look at those beginning videos. They're listening to the crickets. And I was shaking when I would hold a piece of jewelry. Like, I was shaking. I was nervous. I was quiet. I was scared. When I ended my first live, I called Bryce and I said, Kristen, I seen it. When I called Bryce, he goes, how was it? And I said, I want to vomit. That was terrible. But I did it again. My kids were watching me, and they were so proud of me. Like, Landon was like, I can't believe you just did that. That's crazy. How many people are watching? These people are watching? Like, that's so crazy. He was so proud of me. And so I went live again. I built my customer base by going live consistently. I made a schedule, and I stuck to that schedule. I went live twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then as my customer base grew and I wanted to continue to grow and make more money, I increased more. So I would add another live. Then I was going live 3 days a week, then 4, then 5. All of these type of questions, this stuff, PayPal, Square, how do you do live, all of these questions, these are things that are in our training group. So we have a group that whenever you join Paparazzi and you sign up underneath us, we add you to this training group, and it teaches you all the things that you need to know. We use a Samsung S20. I didn't in the beginning. I had like an iPhone 8 or 6. I don't even know. You don't need anything fancy. I do strongly encourage, if you can, to buy one of the 2 bigger kits right now, just because of that shipping delay. Everybody always comes back and they tell me, I wish I'd bought the bigger kit. Yeah, I know. But you don't have to. You can buy the smaller kit. It's the more you buy in bulk, the better value you get for your dollar. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing as gas station versus Sam's Club versus Walmart. Mm-hmm. It's a tier. As you spend more, if you want a can of pop at
gas station, it's going to cost you, you know, probably $1.50 for a 12-ounce can. But you go to Sam's Club, you know, you can buy a whole, you know, pallet full, but it's going to cost you a couple $100. So it's like, oh, $200, but the price per can, you know what I'm saying? You get a lot more value out of it. But, you know, if you've only got $2 and you can go buy that can and go sell it for $4 and then go back and do it again, and you know what I mean? Just do what you got to do, depending on your bankroll.
So
go ahead.
We buy the Joy for $2.75. This is as simple as it gets. Okay, I see a lot of these questions coming in. There's a lot of you. Those of you that are helping answer the questions, I appreciate it. I do see you guys helping answer some of these questions. You're awesome. We buy the Joy for $2.75 plus tax. We sell the jewelry for $5 plus tax. We make 45% profit off of every piece of jewelry that we sell. We get paid when we sell the jewelry. So when you pay your invoice, that is when we get our paycheck. You literally pay our bills. We do have private insurance, but only for some of our family. And
our insurance is super complicated.
We have the most complicated insurance of anybody in the entire world.
We have like 4 different things for the whole family. It's like, it's crazy.
Annabelle has private insurance. Bryce has private insurance.
But not the same insurance.
But not the same.
And then Logan doesn't have private insurance because he's got he's got his own insurance.
Logan has the insurance for his job. Somebody asked because they're diabetes, they're diabetics. Me, Tristan, and Landon, we have Indian cards, which is our insurance. Like
so does Logan and Annabelle.
Well, they do too, but because of their type 1 diabetes, they have to have a little extra stuff. So our insurance is complicated. We didn't get private insurance until January when Bryce left his job. Prior to that, we were on his insurance. Do I recommend this for single moms? 1,000%. Do I recommend this for teachers? 1,000%. Women thinking about retiring? 1,000%. Stay-at-home moms who are tired of staring at the walls and just want something to do for themselves? 1,000%. Some of these are the questions that you guys are asking. Legitimately.
I think of any group that I could think of. I can't think of one that would benefit more substantially from this than probably a single mom, just because of this, how many things that it could offer as far as income, but also as far as flexibility of schedule,
friendships,
the associations or whatever, but also the kids, if you're a single parent, teaching your kids about how to start a business and run a business and all that stuff.
I'm sorry. She said we could totally sell the soundtrack of our background right now.
Yeah, you're talking to somebody that sleeps in the hammock out here quite often.
This is why he sleeps in the hammock.
It's pretty nice. That and, if it starts raining, in fact, my tarp's sitting right there. But Jessica Fuente said something about the taxes scare her. We are not tax professionals. We're not giving tax advice. Ricky Bobby Inc. So don't take this as tax advice, but honestly, frankly, the taxes should be the last thing in the world that scares you at all.
It scared me.
Yeah, that's true, but
it terrified me.
I'm a numbers guy, I guess, but all it is you just simply have to keep track of everything. I'm a spreadsheet nerd. I love spreadsheets. I do spreadsheet for anything. We're going camping, we need a spreadsheet for that, so I can make a list and this, that. I'm talking, I've got spreadsheets on spreadsheets on spreadsheets. I can tell you how many hours of overtime I worked in the month of October in 2011. I can pull it up on my phone right now. I'm not even kidding. How much overtime, how much extra duty, how much cash jobs, I mean, the whole 9 yards. Like, I am all about spreadsheets. So anyways, I love spreadsheets. They entertain me. They're almost like relaxing. But so I built a big old spreadsheet for our business that tracks everything. I built a spreadsheet for when we invoice, to put everybody's names in, how many pieces they bought, the totals, the aggregate totals for all of it, tracking, who we gave bling bags to, who we gave a credit to, who we, all this stuff. It's all tracked on there with like check boxes and all that stuff.
Janet Rode wants to know how many pieces she purchased from us 4 weeks ago. We can tell Janet Rode how many pieces she bought from us 4 weeks ago. I
can tell you how many pieces you bought from us back to when I started taking over. I think it was last fall is when I started doing the spreadsheets.
He's a spreadsheet fanatic.
So,
and
but
I'm not.
The point of that is that I built all these spreadsheets, and those two, they link, they communicate with each other. So when we put people's name and info in the spreadsheet, it links it to our main ledger that tracks all of our income, all of our expenses on whether it was shipping like postage, or whether it was shipping supplies, or whether it was mileage in our vehicle and all that stuff. I have all these spreadsheets that link and communicate with each other, and at the bottom it spits out, this is how much you made this month, this is how much taxes you should set back for taxes, this is how much you made after you set back these taxes, and all this stuff is all in this spreadsheet. And I made it shareable with a link, and everybody on our team has access to that. There's a link that if you sign up with us or whatever, you're on our team, I can send you that link, and it's your own personal spreadsheet. I've built it myself, but I've updated it so many times, like I thought of something cooler and this, that, and the other. So as far as the taxes goes, all you have to do is, when you ship somebody and it costs $3.50 shipping, there's a spot in the shipping section for postage. There's a spot for supplies. So if you buy bubble mailers, you just enter that dollar amount in there. You pay for shipping, you enter that dollar amount in there. At the end of each week, when you transfer your money out of PayPal into your checking account, you enter that in there. You just simply just plug in the information in the box where it belongs. That's it. Then when it comes time to do your taxes, take it to a tax professional and just have them do it.
They'll love you for your spreadsheet.
Yeah, you know, in fact, it's shareable to them too. You can just send them a link, email it to them, and then they can see every penny you've spent all year long, and it makes it super simple. If you know, I don't recommend doing your taxes yourself on this, but if you've made any kind of money at all, it's worth it to just hire a CPA. It's, you know, a couple $100, and they'll do your taxes for you. They might save you $1,000. Therefore, you just made $800 profit by going to the CPA, as opposed to doing it yourself. And you know, yeah. So I mean, a couple $100 a year to pay a CPA to do your taxes. I'll provide you a spreadsheet. That's it. That's all you got to worry about taxes. It's super simple. So taxes is, like, honestly the last thing you should be worried about at all.
Angel, we got pregnant. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how. So, yeah, we started in 2018. That question's been asked several times. We started in 2018.
Sorry, we get to yakking and rambling.
How many pull ties have I purchased? And I laughed way too hard at the Ricky Bobby ink. I started watching Lucretia at the very end of 2018 into 2019. 20 to 40 viewers. I watched her slowly grow every week, 1 to 2 more viewers, etc. New people come in and share, and it goes on and on. She did giveaways that people loved. Amazing growth. 3 years, she has grown so much, thanks to all of y'all. Jennifer has been with me for a very long time.
That's cool.
So yes, we are going to Vegas. We are going to Vegas in August. I'm trying to find questions. We use a Samsung S20 Plus.
Mary, we don't ship. It doesn't. We charge everybody 4 because that's just a good number. Basically, we just picked 4 because why not?
That's not true.
3
he
wouldn't
has
have been
no
enough.
idea why we ship for $4.
So,
do you?
No, I don't.
No, he has no idea. I chose that number based off of other.
For what I just said.
Based off of other people that I had watched.
Yeah, so she just mimicked other, you know.
Bryce kept a really close eye on it, and he, with his spreadsheets he keeps a close eye on how much money we lose on shipping, and
we lose money on postage and shipping.
We do.
So.
But it's worth it to us. Yeah,
if you just buy one item and it's a little bubble mailer, we make a little bit of money, and it costs like $3 to ship it or something like that, and we charge $4, so we made like $1. But
not really, because we buy our own bubble mailers.
On that individual person, yeah, we made $1, because the mailers, I mean, for those little ones, you know, we buy bulk, we buy tons, so I mean, it might cost $0.10. So we'll make a profit from that. Then when you get the customers that have a bundle this big, $8, $9, $10, then the boxes, I mean, you get into, I mean, we've spent $15, $16, $18 to ship one person that we only charge them $4 shipping. We lost $14. But we lost $14 because the package weighs 5 pounds, because they spent $600 with us. I'll eat the $14 because we just made $300 or $400 profit.
It's worth it
from that one shipment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it all, when it's all said and done,
yes,
we lose a little bit each month, but it's on shipping. But we make more than enough on everything else that we're willing to eat that. And I think it's just a personal choice, and it's almost like a marketing or a what's the other word I'm looking for? It's just a strategy. You know, you could do free shipping and you could lose a lot more, but maybe you gain more customers. So here's the analogy I always use is, would you pay $10,000 if you had a business, if you were doing what we're doing, would you pay $10,000 to rent a billboard each month? People would be like, no, that's nuts. Okay, but what if as a result you got $30,000 extra profit that month and it cost you $10,000? So now you just made 20 grand. So now that makes sense. We lose a couple grand on shipping, but our shipping's only $4. A lot of people's $5 or $6 or more. So maybe we get some more customers out of that, and it, you know, you see what I'm saying. So I mean, you could even do free shipping. There's people that don't charge shipping. There's people that don't charge tax, even though they're paying that tax up front and they're eating it.
They're losing money.
They're losing money by doing that, but are they gaining more customers by doing that? You know, it's a personal choice, basically. It's just how you want to strategize it.
Yeah. So there's several things that I want to talk about here. First of all, how does my family feel about it? They're all very, very happy for us. There's not a single person that's not happy for us. That being said, 80% of our family members don't wear jewelry because of their religion. So there's that.
Yeah, a lot of my family and some of hers are Pentecostal holiness.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't wear jewelry.
Yes.
They don't cut their hair. They don't wear pants. You know, just a lot of different things like that. So it's kind of ironic, I guess. My sister is my mom, my dad.
Angel Cummings.
They don't wear jewelry, but I sell it for a living.
There's a bug. I'm very sorry that that's the first time you saw me, was when I was doing the windmill. I apologize now for that moment. However, it helped to win the Z necklace, so there's that. There are 2 ways to make money with Paparazzi accessories. Okay? If you tap on my face and you tap the picture in the corner, scroll up. There's a link in the description at the very bottom. And it is a link of the average sales you can make based on your team. We are an executive producer team. So if you click on that link, it will tell you the average money that we make from our team monthly. It is not exact every month because, just because you get, it gets more complicated. I don't want to go all into that, but like, you make 10% off your downline, this much off of this person, this much off, you know, and so it just depends on how your team is balanced about
it's
how
insanely
it's
complicated.
Well,
I don't get it, and I'm a numbers guy.
It is extremely complicated when you're not into it. But there's a link, and you can see what the average person makes. I'm not showing you the windmill. What the average person makes off of our team. That being said, we've been doing this for 3 years, and we have worked extremely hard. This is not something that we just sat in the background and just was like, oh, look what happened. No. This is something that we physically put, mentally put the thought and the effort into. We do work a lot. And I'm not telling you, good night, Janessa, I'm not telling you that if you join tomorrow, you're going to be doing what we're doing. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that if you join and you're willing to put in the time and the work and all the things that we teach you to do, you can do what we're doing. Anna, I am seeing your comments. They're just going so quickly, and I'm talking. I can't keep up. But somebody asked how much we make monthly, and I can't tell you an exact number because it changes so much.
It's direct sales, so it could.
And I'm trying.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's not like one month we can't pay the bills and the next month we're balling out. It's it's a norm.
Huh?
That's
not what I want. Carry on.
But it'll fluctuate from month to month. And obviously, like on a lot of things, I mean, we're pretty open about a lot of stuff about paying off our house and this renovation and all that stuff. But at the same time, I mean, there's some things that are just private as far as very specific details, just like with anybody else.
Yeah, we are the highest selling paparazzi rank that there is. And in order to hit that rank, you must sell a minimum of 150 pieces in a year. That's public knowledge. Everybody knows that.
150 pieces, that's pretty easy.
Not 150, 150,000 pieces, I'm sorry. From July 1st to the end of June.
And we've already done that.
We've already done that. We've already sold over 150,000 pieces since July 1st.
Yeah, so you do the math. We spend $2.75 on it. We make $5.45 when we sell it. The difference is the profit. And we've sold more than 150,000 pieces already this year. We do not have 100,000 pieces sitting around. We're not just buying it and not selling it. Like, we don't. You've seen our inventory. I mean, you've seen the earring wall. We can't buy enough earrings to get that stupid wall full. It's always empty. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, just run the numbers. It's,
So I'm not going here. Here's the thing about some of the questions that are being answered, and Bryce can answer them to the extent that he wants to answer them. But there's just certain things that we won't talk about when it comes to politics or the police force. Okay?
Or religion, or
and all
the
those
obvious things.
So,
the hot topic button issues. We're not going to talk about that.
But they want to know if you're happy that you retired, because they have family members that are currently in the police force and they are struggling and having a hard time.
I'm very happy. I have no regrets. To say it's a change and a transition to get used to doesn't even begin to touch it. There's so many aspects, from the obvious stuff to the deeper stuff. I mean, there's a lot to it. It's a very big change that I couldn't even begin to describe, because I don't even know it all myself in my head, because I'm not good at that stuff. But I don't have any regrets, that's for sure.
Yes, that's a lot, isn't it? That's a lot. That's a lot of jewelry. It's a lot of money. Hang on, there was a question. There was something. No, we were the second consultant to hit Empire this year. We were the second consultant.
Has anybody else hit it yet?
10 years, Wendy. Monica, and then Monica. You have to brand yourself, Kristen.
When starting out, would they have the same access to the same items? Everybody has the exact same access to all the items, except for
that's the question I want to talk about.
Huh?
Go ahead.
There's like one little special. What's that? LOP? Is it?
Life of the Party. LOP.
Yeah, there's like one monthly subscription thing that you can only get if you're at a certain rank or whatever. That's how many pieces?
5.
5. Other than that, every single person, from the person that signs up tomorrow to us to everybody in between to above us or whatever, everybody gets the exact same pieces at the exact same time every day. They release new jewelry. Everybody gets on there and scrambles like mad women trying to buy the best, latest, and greatest stuff. And there's no difference between the person that started tomorrow and the number one selling, anything.
Except your training.
Except your training, and there's some tricks and tips and some this and that. And yeah, there's a lot of, it's like anything else. They learn all kinds of little, ways to try to make it better and faster and this and that, and all kinds of tips and tricks. But it is not like...
There's no favoritism.
Yeah, there's no favoritism. There is no, we get the good stuff and then whatever's left is then for sale. Like, everybody gets access to the same stuff at the exact same time.
Anna, I don't know anything about that. I don't know.
Why did we decide to homeschool? A lot of different reasons. There was no one single reason, but part of it is medical with the kids' diabetes.
Good night, Maria.
It's better, we just felt like it was better that we could, keep a closer eye on them and help them more with it and have more hands-on involvement with that. A lot of it, I think the teachers do a great job. I really do. I've worked, I've spent some time in the schools, obviously at my previous career, I've known a lot of the teachers. They're all great. I haven't really met one bad teacher. Well, that's not true. Very, very few. It's extremely isolated. But there's a bad apple in every group. We all know that. So anyways, the teachers are doing a great job. Pretty much everybody's doing a great job, but it's some of the other attendees that were the issue. You've got kids that just unfortunately they don't have parents in their lives, period. They've got somebody there, anyways, and it makes it an environment. And if you get enough of them in there, it makes it an environment where it's not educational anymore, and it's a struggle just to get from point A to point B. And it's just, it becomes a pretty bad environment. And it's no dig to teachers at all, because I think they're doing a great job, and I, admire what they do. I couldn't do that. I promise you that. It would be a very short-lived career.
We had a kid so we have 2 kids with type 1 diabetes. At the time, only one was diagnosed. We have one kid who couldn't focus in school, and he is forever grateful that we pulled him out of school. Actually 2. And so it just really fit our family best. We are free birds. We are night people.
Oh yeah, the scheduling was another big one.
We just like to be on our own schedule.
In my schedule in law enforcement, every 3 months I changed from day shift, evening shift, hoot shift. My days off changed. And try to balance that with kids in school and all that stuff. It sucked. So that helped a lot with the scheduling. The other part is in the career I was in, you only go to the schools for the negative stuff, so that's all you see. So you get kind of a bad viewpoint on it, and you see the worst of the worst stuff there, and you're like, man, I don't want my kids going here. And we couldn't afford private school, so this was our other option. Mike James asked, does the post office hate you?
I don't think so.
I've had nothing but good experience with them. They're very friendly and happy to see me. I've started lately taking like a box of donuts when I take the main run, what was been the early bird shipping, where we do 80% of the week's shipment all at once. I'll get a dozen assorted donuts, or I'll get a box of cookies at the grocery store, this, that, and the other, and I've started dropping that off with it just as a thank you for what they're doing. But they can't really hate us too much, because the amount that we paid in postage last year literally would be enough to pay for an entire salary for one of their employees. So I'd never be one of that guys like, I'll pay your salary. But at the same time, you can't really hate me or hate us too much. We're their customer. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it would be like saying, do we hate y'all? Like, because we have to count your jewelry and pack it? No, that's our job. That's what we do. That's why we get paid. If we didn't do that, we wouldn't get paid. So that's, they do that. They scan them in, and they bring them to you. That's their job. We pay for it. We're their customer. So I don't think they hate us any more than we hate y'all. I mean, you're what pays our bills, and we're what pays their bills. It's a food chain. Yeah. Just how it works.
Yes, the fireflies are coming out behind us, or the lightning bugs, as we call them in Oklahoma. So we are losing our daylight. It is getting dark.
Yes, Sheila, we always invoice once a week.
No, that's not true. When I first started Paparazzi, I invoiced after every live. When I first started, because I needed that money to purchase new jewelry the next day. So Paparazzi releases new jewelry 5 days a week. 5 days a week, new jewelry is up. And you got to be quick. It does sell out fast. Okay, it does. Can I show you how to buy it fast? No, but I can show you what I do, and that may not work for you. There is a bit of a learning curve.
Just like with anything else.
Just like with anything else. I didn't teach myself to sell because I'm not a salesperson, Heather. I am not a salesperson. I promise you that. I hold up jewelry that's pretty, and you guys like it, and you buy it. I don't sell you the jewelry.
If I can go live calling it turkey beards and doodads and, whatever pops in my head, offensive weapons and belly button shields, and still sell it, that's a pretty good indication you don't have to be a salesperson. I mean, I'm literally holding up pieces of jewelry, calling them turkey beards, and it's still selling.
It is dark. So here's what we're gonna do. Some of you guys still have a lot of questions. You are more than welcome to message us anytime. And Deb Klein said, if I join under somebody else, can I still come on your live? Absolutely. I hope the best for you and your business.
Yeah, we've got many customers.
Not
many, but a few.
That being said, I can tell you, where I'm not a salesperson, I'm not going to give you a pitch. I'm not going to tell you, hey, come join my team. I'm giving you our story. You need to go find the person who you fit well with, who is going to train you to the best of their ability so that you can grow your business the best that fits you. You joining my team or our team, it's our team now, you joining our team may not be the best for you, and that's okay. But if it is, and you would like to join our team, the link is in the description, and you can message us anytime. All of the things like, what time does new release? How do we buy new releases? What is Fashion Fix? What is Life of the Party? How do I brand myself? How do you sell? How do you grow your customer base? How do you get people? All of these questions are things that I teach my team. These are things that are available to my team in our team pages. All of my training is through Facebook. So if you join, I can promise you, you will learn everything that I know, and I will teach you everything that I know. And Bryce will give you access to his spreadsheets. That being said, we are going to have to end this because it's getting dark and you can't see our faces at this point. We are going to do 2 big giveaways.
She does share her team lives. It's, occasional, sporadic, her choice, whatever. We're not going to say, if you join our team, we will share your live every Monday, and it's sporadic.
Yeah. And it's not a guarantee.
It's usually when, there's, for some reason, I think when we were in the DR, you did it a lot because we couldn't go live, just various different reasons.
But no, I'm not going to sit here and tell you if you join my team, I'm going to give you blah, 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 blah. That's not how this works. I want you to join our team because you want to join our team. So anyone who has shared this video and has shared it publicly, Facebook tells us if it is public or not. If you shared, good night, living. If you shared this video publicly, if we stay out here long enough, you'll hear the coyotes. By the by.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they haven't piped up already.
And if you heard that noise, Mango, that was my dog sneezing. It kind of sounds like something else. Anyway, so we have a hostess pack of 42 pieces and a hostess pack of 30 pieces. So we are giving away 72 pieces of jewelry. Bryce came prepared. We're giving away 72 pieces of jewelry to 2 lucky winners. If you
How much money is that?
I don't know. If you shared this video publicly.
$360.
He's extremely smart. I am not. No, we're not leaving. Tell a ghost story. Once upon a time in a land far away.
Somebody didn't step out on a limb and take a chance with $99 and they toiled away in their W-2 job the rest of their lives and were miserable and hated it.
If you are on Living the Dream, do me a favor and throw a hashtag Living the Dream in the comments below. Janet Road, you can do it even though you're not on our team. She said, I'm joining your family. So if you're on our team, I see several of you on here. If you are part of Living the Dream, throw a hashtag Living the Dream in the comments below. Represent, okay, represent. Yes. So we make money from our team.
Yeah, Patty, that's a frog.
That's a frog in the pond. I'm just going to sit and listen. Hang on. Oreo. Come here. Janet Rowe doesn't think you're real. Oreo. Come here. She's getting something. She sees something over there in the grass.
Somebody asked, how do you know how many pieces to buy each week or whatever?
I bought one of all new release, or one of each when I first started.
Yeah, so it's just supply and demand, just like a grocery store when they stock their shelves or whatever. If you buy 10 pieces and you sell all of them and wish you'd have bought more and there was more, you could have sold 15. The next week buy 13 or 14. Basically, I mean, it's just from week to week. If you sell, you buy, whatever the number is, if you're selling more than what you're buying, then you should buy a little bit more until you get to the point where you're not selling it all and you're starting to build up too much inventory and you're not moving all of it, in which case my suggestion is to keep buying that exact same amount, but don't increase it, but don't decrease it either. Increase your sales instead. Go live more. And somebody said something about building your customer base. This is the same, it fits into the same answer. How do you build your customer base? I think somebody asked about buying ads or whatever on Facebook. No, go live at a different time of day. Go live more often. Just all kinds of different things like that, and we can go into a lot deeper, as far as training goes, if you sign up or whatever, but, basically just go live more, push it more, work your business more.
She can't hear you over the frog.
And so, but that's the short answer. You know, how much do you buy each week? Depends on how much you're selling. Buy the same amount you're selling, basically. So if you sold 100 pieces last week, buy 100 pieces this week.
Will you call the dog? She won't give up a hunt, Janet. Only for Bryce.
Yeah, she does what I say, but she will. She can call that dog, and the dog will literally stand there and stare at her like, no thanks.
She's digging and she sees something.
Come here.
Yes, we have snakes. We live in the country. Does anybody have any questions? Any further questions about joining or signing up? Good, Mary. So we will go through those who shared. We will when we end the live, we will go. Come here.
She going again.
Oreo, come here.
Yeah, there must be something over there good. Hello, Oreo. All right, get it.
Go get it. She gone. Oh, she smells. She does not smell good. Just hopped on. Not sure if some of my questions were answered. Susan, you have to watch the replay. You have to watch the replay. How did you build such a large clientele? Just by going live. Going live a lot.
And it took 3 years. She didn't do it in a month or two.
Yeah.
You know, it took 3 years to get where we're at. This is not... I just want to touch real quick, kind of sidetrack here, but I want to say two things. One, this is not the P word. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I've had people that I know that have thrown that out there. Oh, yeah, it's a pyramid scheme. Yeah, okay, bro. Go sit on your couch somewhere, and talk your talk. That's the one thing that drives me nuts. It's always the people that are always throwing that out there. If you notice, are usually the same people that are sitting on their duff doing a whole bunch of nothing, and they just want to run their mouth about other people and put them down because it helps them justify the nothing that they're doing. We didn't make any money on our downline. It's a commission is all it is. It works the same way at a car dealership. It works the same way at a real estate brokerage. If you go sell houses or if you go sell cars, there's a guy that owns that building. There's a manager up there that's not selling cars. You're not keeping 100% of that profit. No way. It's the same thing. Everybody's got the same structure in their company. It's just that, this one's a lot cheaper and easier to get into. So
I want you to answer this question.
Okay. So there's that. She didn't make any money on her downline for I don't even know how long.
I didn't build a team for a year.
Yeah. This is
you don't have to build a team to join Paparazzi.
Yeah, this is the second time I've ever even talked about this, and the first time was just like 2 days ago, just impromptu for 5 minutes at the end of a live. It just struck me. Other than that, I've never done this. I've never talked to anybody about joining. That's how pushy we are about it or whatever. But it's just now getting to the point where we're actually making a little bit of money from our downline on sales commissions. The entire 3 years past, it's sales.
Yeah,
survive on
sales.
Our bread and butter. Like, it's still, oh man, it's still got to be in the 90% is our sales.
Oh yeah.
We're not making bank on our team at all. We're not. It's I guarantee you it's less than 10%, maybe even less than 5% of our total net income.
Yeah.
Because that's our thing is, we're here to sell jewelry, not, make money on the sales. Honestly, the part of the main reason why we're here doing this is just we know how much it's changed our lives and how much of an opportunity it is, and by sharing it with y'all and getting other people in on it doesn't cost us anything, And then the other thing, the get rich quick scheme thing, we are not sitting there telling you you're going to be balling and making all kinds of money in 3 months or a year or whatever. It takes work. We work our butts off, but we do it at home with our kids, and there's still going to be work. You still have to go live. You still have to spend that time in front of the camera. You have to put in the work, but it's an opportunity here. Do you want to work for your boss and be making them money while they give you just enough to keep you happy, or do you want to be your own boss, set your own hours, and the sky's the limit?
Eventually we get asked so many questions that we realize that it's time to do one of these, and so every few months we want to sit down and do one of these. I do them every now and then as well. Bryce, this is the first time he sat down and did one with me. just because eventually we get asked so many questions that it's like, okay, it's time to talk about this. For us to not tell you about this opportunity would be incredibly selfish, to be completely honest. It just would be, because people are like, that's got to be too good to be true. Like, that can't be what it is, and it is. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, and I don't think it's, you know, and that's why it's important to me to say it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I don't think it's too good to be true because, you know, she didn't buy a $99 kit, and then a month later, you know, we're at where we're at. You know, again, it's 3 years and a ton of work, you know, and it built gradually in increments, you know, and it's just like anything else. You get out of it what you put into it. You know, there's people that are
Those are my words.
No, they're mine.
No,
there's
that's
people
my
that are
word.
very successful at what they do because they work hard at it. There's other people in the exact same industry doing the exact same thing that fail. And you ask them why, and they'll give you excuses as long as your leg, but it's usually because they didn't put in the time, they didn't put in the effort. You know, you got to educate yourself, you got to learn about it, you got to watch other. This lady has watched more hours of other people's lives than, like, there's YouTube videos on YouTube. I mean, she has, just thousands of hours, and I am not exaggerating. She will watch them for hours. Not shopping, but learning.
Learning new ways to describe things.
She'll glean.
Or I'll be like, I never thought
things.
to put that with that, and then I'll put it with that, and then you guys love it. I'm like, I didn't think of that.
Anything like that. But then also, I mean, it can be anything from, you know, looking at other people. How much do they charge for shipping? What does this person do? How do they do this? Oh, I like that thing on their background. I like how they do, you know, it's about learning from other people. You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
How many of you guys are consultants not on my team, just listening because you want to hear tips and tricks from us?
And that's smart.
And that's smart.
Yeah, not that we're the, you know, go-to, but it's get a little bit from everybody.
So
you know?
Cindy Nicole has a good question.
Yeah, Cindy, that is more than enough to get started.
More than I had.
Far more than she had. That's probably, you know, 3 or 4 times over what you need. I would advise against the big lump sum, one big purchase. And here's the reason why is because, you know, there's a little bit of a delay in shipping, so you don't want to buy it, get it in, and then sit there and hold and sell all that items, and then when you get ready to go buy more, there's going to be a gap. So that's one thing. The other big thing I'm thinking of is get your kit, and then the next day spend, you know, a little bit on, buy some new stuff the next day, some brand new stuff that just came out that day, just a little bit, and then the next day do the same thing. Buy some brand new stuff that just came out that day, some super hot items, even if you're only buying a few. The next day, do it again, and kind of breadcrumb, trickle that money out. Don't just buy it in all one lump sum. You know, think of it as a dealership, a car dealership. Don't spend, you know, all your money at once on one year make and model of vehicle, because next year nobody wants them. You know, yeah, you can still sell them, you'll still make a profit, but they're not as hot. You know, they don't sell as easy. You know, car dealerships are always about the closeout sales and this, that, and the other. So think about it like that. You don't want all your jewelry, all your investment into one chunk, because you're not getting that hottest new thing the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. So instead, just, you know, breadcrumb it.
Melissa Creeping Bear, you're on my team. Send me a message and we'll talk about it. You're on my team. Send me a message. So I would buy, if Cindy, honestly, and this is me being completely honest with you, you have the $99 kit. It comes with 30 pieces of jewelry. I might be wrong. It has been a long time since I've done a live opportunity. You have the $2.99 kit, and then you have the $4.99 kit. And each kit has their own pieces of jewelry, plus little odds and ends to get you started. That $4.99 kit comes with 200 pieces of jewelry, plus a free convention ticket that's good for a year. Okay, so this convention's already sold out, but you could go next year if you wanted to. 200 pieces of jewelry, you do the math on that, okay? You do the math. It's $4.99, you get 200 pieces of jewelry. If I was you, and I knew that I wanted to do this is something that I was ready to go all in on, I would buy one of those 2 bigger kits because of the shipping delay, and because I know from experience in doing what I do that when people sign up, they immediately wish they had more jewelry. I get told that all the time. I wish I had more jewelry. I showed it all, or I sold it all, or whatever, and now they want, right? And so you're gonna want one of those bigger kits. We're gonna get eaten alive if we don't end this soon. But we're in Oklahoma. We got skeeters and bats.
And we got the light on.
Thing. And so I would buy one of the bigger kits, and then I would purchase jewelry a couple times a week until you started getting jewelry, because we're under a shipping delay. And so when we order jewelry right now, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the jewelry to get here. They are working on it, as you can tell by the stuff that's coming in right now. Like, it's like bam, 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 bam. Like, they're working on shipping. It's catching up. And so, like, we got boxes, like, just tons. So they're catching up. And so that's what I would do. And I would reinvest everything for the first 6 months, at least. I would, unless you're in a situation.
Bring it on.
Creepy guy in the back. I would reinvest everything in the beginning. Unless you're in a position where you just cannot reinvest everything and you need that, then you're going to do the power of 15. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Like the Blair Witch Project. That movie was dumb, by the way. Let's just talk about that for a minute. So, get it, Oreo. That's a June bug. What was I saying? Oh, the power of 15. YouTube Taylor Kirby's video, The Power of 15. Okay, it's going to help you with how to reinvest and build your inventory and stuff like that. We'll see Jay come up behind you. That would be creepy. That would be creepy. Are y'all close to White Eagle? Yes, we are. I missed that comment. Come back. Thank you for sharing. I'm so interested. I'm learning a lot from you both. You're welcome, Miss Ellen. So, we're going to have to end this because there's mosquitoes and there's...
I got one of my...
Bryce got a bug in his eye. It's real now, y'all. So, here's the deal. You can watch this replay. If you know you're ready to jump right now, you're ready to do it, no doubt about it, tap the screen, tap the picture in the corner, scroll up. www.paparazziaccessories.com/166880. You go to that link. You'll see my picture. It's a funny looking picture. You go there. You can sign up, okay? Once you sign up, it's going to tell me that you did. I'm going to add you to training groups where you will learn how to get started and everything that you need to know while you're waiting for your kit to arrive, okay? We will talk on Messenger probably daily for the first couple weeks until you are ready to just be set free, okay? You will have access to both of us at any time to help you with your training. Anyone who has shared this video, you will be entered to win one of these 2 giant hostess packs that are sitting here, okay? If you have any questions, I have a Facebook group that is full of information to help you. I can add you to that Facebook group as long as you're not a consultant and you are thinking of joining our team, okay? I can add you to that group and you can learn more from there. You can also message either one of us on the business page or my personal page, and we will answer any questions that you have. Whatever it, okay? I hope that you guys found this helpful. I know that we talked a lot. We did not get to all of your questions. Honestly, I did not foresee such a large turnout. What are you laughing at?
It's all fun and games. Someone gets a skeeter in her eye.
I'm sorry that we did not get to answer every single question. I knew that we would have, you guys supporting us and being rock stars. I did not, he said not it. I said, please, somebody grab a bag of ice. He said, not it. I'm gonna get that teenager. So, I apologize. If you have any questions that you really wanted answered and we did not get to it, please message us, okay? You are very, very, very welcome. If you're interested, hit us up. We'll get you going.
Y'all just remember, so we want y'all to succeed, because that's the...
Can you hear it? Oreo's sitting right here. She's like, what are you doing? All right, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I wanted them to hear the coyotes.
So, you know, you got to realize we are motivated for y'all to succeed. So it's like the better you do, you know, we do get like a 10% commission or something. I don't even know the numbers, but basically the more you succeed, the more we succeed. So we're very motivated to help you out, to train you, to give you all the best advice that we possibly can, and do anything that we can think of.
The entire pack. They're coming to get us.
Gotta read that.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's gone. I jumped in for a DS and I go back up. Don't give them our exact location. We have stalkers, Norma. Don't tell them our exact location.
She said grab the kittens.
Ah, Junebug. Get the Junebug, please. It's right
He's
there.
gone.
No, he's right there. He'll get in my hair. Junebug's get in the hair and then they don't come out. Junebugs don't put it in my hair. I will murder you on camera.
Next comment.
I jumped in for the DS and I just
free
keep spending way more than I ever made. And I
in their mailer bag.
Sure have put it into. It flew away. Sorry, I wanted to read that comment.
Who's comment next? Megan Hayes. Oreo needs to get inside. Congratulations, Megan, on your Junebug.
You get a Junebug for free. I'm scared. If you're not running, I'm not running. I'm not running. All right.
All right, Tim.
All right, then.
Let's do it.
Hey.
What it is.
Thanks for joining us. You guys are rock stars. We're gonna draw for a winner for this. We'll do the scroll and roll on tomorrow's live. How about that?
From this one, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
So tomorrow we'll be live, and I'll pull up this live, and we'll do the scroll and roll of who shared.
I like it. It's different. And
2 winners will be drawn.
So suspenseful. I'm not going to get any sleep tonight wondering who is
Grab the
win.
doggy and in the house the coyotes are coming. Lori, to end... Junebugs make me hurt myself. We work full-time jobs in our business, for sure. For sure. We're going to get eaten alive. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a great night. Send us a message. Stay away from coyotes. And don't let the Junebugs get in your hair.